Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Vancouver Canucks Hut Hero franchise mode. That is a mouthful to say. Let me start off by just saying that. That is a mouthful. Anyways, guys, we won the lottery last episode and drafted one prospect that goes by the name of Timothy Liljegren. This guy gets very, very good. I assure you that. I promise you, within 3 years, this guy's going to be at 88 plus. I guarantee you, he's going to be playing up here with Michael Stone and Sammy Vatanen. It's going to be so much fun, guys. That was a complete steal, and I guarantee you Ekblad's going to get 95 overall one day. One day on this team. But first, we have a storyline information. From an interview, we do have two players in the locker room that are banded together, and they are determined to be traded. They are unhappy with the coach here in Vancouver, and they want out. That's right, guys. There's two players on this team that demanded a trade. One of them being a newly acquired player. Let me tell you who the newly acquired player is. You probably know who it is. It is Michael Stone. Him and his agent have been talking, and the coach said something that just made him so mad. He's steaming. He just does not want to be here anymore. And somehow he was able to get in the head of a forward here. That's right, a forward. Let me narrow it down. This guy is a goal scorer forward. No, it's not Jeff Skinner. It's not Trevor Linden. It's not Jack Eichel. It is Nino Niederreiter. Nino Niederreiter requested a trade away from this team this season. He does not think this team has the coaching staff to win a Stanley Cup. He demands a trade, and you ask and you shall receive. So we are going to look for a trade for both Nino Niederreiter and Michael Stone. Alright guys, we have a blockbuster trade here. Nino Niederreiter and Michael Stone, since they both demanded a trade, we are going to package them together to send them to a contender team for the Stanley Cup. Except this team is in the Eastern Conference. They are a hopeful team, so it is not a guaranteed that they're going to make the Stanley Cup playoffs. This trade will allow them to become that contender team. Not only are they acquiring a second line goal scorer who scored a good number of goals, 15 goals last season, 52 points. That's pretty good stats for the second line. Michael Stone, who we haven't played yet, but last season he had a terrible season. Wherever he came from last year, I'm not quite sure where he was last year. But wherever he was, he's unhappy, and he wants to be sent to a contender. Michael Stone could really pad the defense of this New York Rangers team. Let me tell you what, their defense, they could use a little bit of padding. They're already pretty good. So you got Alex Pietrangelo, Alec Martinez, Cody Ceci, Morgan Riley, Anthony DeAngelo, and then Michael Stone. And we're going to take one player named Jeremy Waugh. This guy's an offensive defenseman. He grows to be very good in this game. I figured why not trade for him. Also, we need a forward in return. They're a now kind of team with their roster. They have a little bit of older players. So, as I said, we give them Nino Niederreiter, someone who's a now player who could still grow a little bit, and we would take a future good player, Jesse Puljujarvi. This guy has the potential to be a future Nino Niederreiter, maybe a little bit better, if not the same. So, I feel like he is younger. He's 19 years old, and of course we do have those 2 years on the entry-level deal. That will help us pad our roster just a bit in the years to come. We are also going to throw in a third-round pick because I feel like we're stealing two future stars of this game and two unsigned prospects we just drafted in the past draft. So for Jesse Puljujarvi and Jeremy Waugh, would this trade go through? Rejected. Okay, I had a feeling they were going to reject that. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to take Michael Stone out and Jesse Puljujarvi out. Just straight up, this trade will go through. Jeremy Waugh for Nino Niederreiter. Will this trade go through? Yes, it will. Maybe I could have gotten a draft pick out of there. But you know what? That's good for now. Now we need to find a trade-in asset for Michael Stone. I would like to acquire a forward, if possible. A second-line forward, someone who's young. So let me take a look around the league and see what I can work up here. Alright guys, I did work up a trade for a forward for Michael Stone. Michael Stone, as you guys know, is a top four defender. And we're going to send him to the Chicago Blackhawks, another Western Conference team. I know I don't normally like to do that, but, I mean, they're in the Central Division, so if we do meet up, it'd be in the Cup final, and they could really use him. They have a younger defense core, but they really need another top 4 guy, and we're going to take away a big piece of offense from them. One that goes by the name of Robbie Fabry. This guy is a future top line sniper. He's listed as a third liner now. They're actually playing him in the A, so this would actually be a trade to improve him for sure. 58 points last year on perhaps the third line. He's in the AHL right now, so we are saving him from playing a year in the AHL. We know Robbie Fabry wants to play in the NHL this year. Playing him on the second line is going to spark him, I guarantee it, next to Brendan Gallagher and Victor Rask. Maybe we can even play him on the first line, get that goal scoring going. That would be awesome. He is in contract here, so that is something to note as well. And we are giving them a defenseman for the next 4 years, Michael Stone, and 2 prospects that are unsigned that I don't believe we're going to have room for. I'm pretty sure I have other prospects coming up that are going to take some space down in the AHL. So these guys would just be extras, and we don't really need players wasting away when I could send them to a team that would use them. Now, neither team is interested in either player. They don't want to get rid of him. They don't want to get this guy. So it'd be interesting if the trade goes through. Value's in our favor. Let's see if it does. And they say no. Okay. So I really want Robbie Fabry, or someone like Robbie Fabry. So let's try this again with something they're interested in. Let's see what they are interested in here. Now, they do have too many players in the system, so I don't want to have to give some... Okay, I'll be willing to give up a second for next year. That's a lot for Robbie Fabry. You know what? Okay, we'll make it a third. I don't want to go crazy here. We'll do a third for next year. Would this trade go through? It did. Okay. Now I'm really glad it wasn't the second. Maybe I could have even gave them a fourth and that would have gone through. Or a third and taken away a prospect. But either way, those prospects would have gone to waste either way. So let's take a look at the team. And actually, let's look at free agents real fast. If there's a good free agent, we are going to sign him. Maybe there's a good third line. Oh, okay. William Karlsson. I didn't even know this guy was a free agent. Okay. 84 overall. 24 years old. I really want to sign this guy. He could grow to be a second line forward one day, and he's a great third line center. Well, let me see if I can somehow work a trade where I can trade away Riley Sheahan and get this guy. Let me see what I can do. Alright guys, we're trying to look on this William Karlsson guy. He's 84 overall, so he would be an upgrade from Riley Sheahan, and he could be a little bit cheaper, probably about the same price, but he will grow better than Riley Sheahan. Riley Sheahan normally types out at 84, 83. William Karlsson, I've seen him get to 85 overall. So this trade would actually better us quite a bit. We're going to throw in Cameron Askew, a prospect that really takes a while to develop. I don't really want to wait that long for Cameron Askew. He becomes a great player, don't get me wrong. I've seen him get to 83, 84. He's a perfect third liner. But I'd rather have that third line center now. We're trying to get some depth going for the playoff run. This trade could help us get it. They say rejected. We're going to throw in a 4th round pick for this year. This draft is very weak, guys. I'm 100% sure this draft is perhaps one of the weakest one in the game. We'll try it with a 4th. Rejected. Okay, what if we, instead of that, okay, what if we give you, I don't want to give up our 3rd this year. I really don't want to give up our 3rd this year. A 4th and a 5th. Would this trade go through? No, oh my goodness, we might have to. What about 2 4ths? A 4th from next year as well. Would this trade go through? If I can scroll down, it won't let me. Whoa. Why won't it let me? There we go. No, okay, so we are going to have to do a 3rd here. I don't want to have no draft picks this year, but you know what? It's worth it. A third liner that you'd want to draft. It would be worth it in the long run. Would this trade go through? I may want to take Cameron Askew off. No, let's leave him on there. It's for William Karlsson. I knew it would go through. Dang it. Okay, I could have gave them 2 4ths and a 5th. Maybe. Assistant coach, best roster. Okay, that's the last trade, last free agent. But first we got to sign this guy. I know we can easily get him for $2 million. Let's offer this guy a contract. I know he's going to want one. View contracts. Where is he at? We're going to have some good salary cap available in this upcoming season now that we traded away Dino Niederreiter and Michael Stone. So that's going to be great. Robbie Fabry we are going to have to sign. He's down to 84. I was afraid of that. You know what? That's perfectly fine. He's going to score goals. I mean, he's a sniper. He's a goal scorer. He scored 22 goals last season. It's an upgrade from Nino Niederreiter for sure, especially on that second line. I might throw him on the first line, trying to get him that big boost. That may actually spark him a little too much. I may not want to do that. Where is William Karlsson? Is he in the system? There he is. Okay. 83 overall, so he did drop down because of morale. But you know what? That's perfectly fine. He wants a 2-year deal. He wants about the same long term as well. How about for 1 year, we'll give you 2.275. Actually, for 1 year, for 2 years, we will give you exactly $2 million. You'll be a good depth third liner for us, and that we're sure we can assign our, sign our big guys. Like, we have Jack Eichel coming up, we have to sign. We have Trevor Linden coming up, we have to sign. So only giving him this $2 million contract would assure us good money in the future, at least for 2 years down the line, and maybe even a question mark splash in free agency this upcoming season. Are we going to hear from him? Is he going to sign? Okay, he accepted. Awesome. Okay, cool. So let me edit the lines, and then I'll show you guys the team we're going to run with this season. Alright, guys, these are the lines we're going to roll with this season. Jeff Skinner, Trevor Linden, and Jack Eichel on the first line. Pretty solid first line, if I do say so myself. And then on the second line, Brendan Gallagher, Victor Rask, and Robbie Fabry, who I really hope we can get back up to 85. Hopefully, maybe we can get a boost going here. Him playing next to Victor Rask and Brendan Gallagher, two good players. Maybe they can really spark him on the second line, get him scoring some goals. If we have to, maybe put him on the first line for a few games, get him going. Or swap Jack Eichel and Victor Rask out. Maybe that wouldn't be bad. We'll look at that towards the deadline. On the third line, we do have Tanner Pearson, William Karlsson, and P.A. Parento. Not a bad third line. We do have a goal-scoring third line, so we want to watch out for that. I mean, with P.A. Parento, it really makes it a goal-scoring third line. It's not really grindy, which I'm perfectly okay with. And then on the fourth line, we do have Dwight King, Mark Letestu, and Kyle Clifford. That line gets a little bit grindy, not counting Mark Letestu. Hopefully, he can really man the third line or fourth line with these guys, kill some penalties. On the defense, Ghost Bear, Ekblad, solid top pair. Jeremy Waugh, this guy gets good, I promise you. His offensive category is already very sick. Look at that wrist shot power. Look at that slap shot power. Look at the skating category. Look at the senses. Look at the puck skills. Look at the defensive category. It's just a two-star physical that's keeping him at 83. He will grow, I promise you that. Sammy Vatanen, Timothy Liljegren, and Michael Matheson. So it's a sick defensive core right there. In the crease, obviously, we have Matt Murray, Malcolm Subban. And then scratch, we do have Robert Bortuzzo, just in case somebody does go down for injury, because injuries will be on this season. And then in the AHL, we do have Joshua Hosang, Alex DeBrincat, Thomas Kopecky, Ty Ratty, Matthew Barzell, Michael Dalcole, Alexander Bermistrov, Jay Beagle, Quentin Halden, Nobody, and Evgeny Snechnikov. On the defense, we do have Yoki Paka, Dylan McElrath, Hayden Fleury, Eric Gustafson, Alman Biblik. I don't even know who this guy is. He's just there. He's a prospect, so hey, maybe he grows, maybe he doesn't. And Noah Juleson. So pretty good prospect core there in the AHL. And then Antoine Khudobin, just in case the goalie does go down, and Philip Grubauer in the backup position for the A. And then we do have, Nikita Sherbak scratch. I really want him playing. Well, let me throw him in there on the fourth line. I really do want Nikita Sherbak getting ice time. I want him to grow as fast as humanly possible. Do we have any centers that could play too? No, we don't. Do we have any extra right wings just in case? Nope. Okay, cool. Just making sure, because I really wanted Nikita Sherbak to grow this season, and maybe he gets up to be a good playmaker for us in the few seasons to come. Anyways, enough of talking, enough of the trading. Let's get some simulation going, ladies and gentlemen. What you came here for. Alright, guys. First game of the season here against the New Jersey Devils. They're already 0-1-0. So maybe we can get a good win on them here. Come on, Vancouver. We have a stacked team. Let's show them that we do. First period. Yuri Hoodler and Rob Blake. That's not very good. Second periods. Oh, my goodness. Aaron Ekblad gets one for us, but David Backett. Third periods, Sammy Vatanen, too little too late though. They win 2-3. It's okay. New Jersey is one of the better teams in the league right now. We're slow simming game against the Flyers. Maybe that'll make us feel better. New Jersey is a pretty good team right now. So my goal is to sim up to the trade deadline in this episode, guys. That way, I want to get these episodes rolling out. I want to start finishing seasons faster. I want to get as far into the future as possible. Here we go. First period against the Philadelphia Flyers. Trevor Linden, second period. Mikko Rantanen and Brendan Gallagher gets a pair. And then in the third period, Michael Matheson gets a goal. There we go, guys. Nice 4-1 victory right there for the Vancouver Canucks over the Philadelphia Flyers. Anyways, I want to get these episodes rolling. Because the farther we get in the future in this franchise mode, the funner it's going to get. Because these hot heroes are going to get to their peak. And then they're going to start to digress. But since they're so good, they're going to make prospects even better. Because they're going to play next to prospects. And they're going to make those guys incredibly good. Like, we have the potential to get Jeff Skinner up to like a 90-something. Just because he's playing next to Trevor Linden. And we just had an 8-5 victory there over the Minnesota Wild. Thomas Kopecky, no, we're going to keep Thomas Kopecky as of right now. There is no deal we will make for Thomas Kopecky. We're going to keep him unless we absolutely have to trade him. I might have to take him off the trade block. I think he is on the trade block. If it gets aggravating with the trades, we will take him off. Wow, we are on a little point streak right here, and it ends against Calgary. 6-3 loss against the Calgary Flames. Let's close in this game against the Edmonton Oilers. The Oilers without Connor McDavid. Utica is 5-3, so that is a good thing to note too. First period here in Vancouver, Jack Eichel. Second period, Victor Rask and Connolly. Third periods, Nathan McKinnon and Kopi, and they take it in the third period. Wow, guys, come on. That was a collapse, but you know it's early in season. It's fine. Let's get the simulation going. I am going to take Thomas Kopecky off the block real fast. I'm just going to sim all the way up to the All-Star game, and I'm going to jump to there because I might finish the season in this episode today, guys, if everything goes well. Let's see how it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, we are playoff contenders here at the All-Star break. Let me just say we've had some dominant months of hockey in the past few months. Let's just say the first month, we did pretty good, but the second month we completely demolished the league. I don't think we had a game where we didn't get a point here. I'm looking. Okay, the very first game of the month against Edmonton, obviously, when we slow simmed. But besides that, we got a point in every game. Well, okay, San Jose won too. But you know what? If we only lose 2 games regulation a month, sign me up for the cup. I mean, look at this, too. Come on. We are a playoff contending team. We got to be number 1 in the Pacific. Or number 2. Number 2 in the Pacific, 61 points. San Jose ahead of us. So we are going to sim up to the All-Star, or the trade deadline. And I don't think we need to make a move, guys. I really don't think we need to make a move. Here we go against the Colorado Avalanche. And that's another victory, 4-3 victory. Anaheim Ducks up next. 4-1 victory. That's a Pacific Division win right there. Calgary Flames up next, Pacific Division rival. Oh, they beat us 5-2. Oh, okay. So that might be our team that might be our kryptonite, the Calgary Flames. Detroit Red Wings here. Let's see, 8-3 victory. Wow, their goal scorers came alive in that game. Buffalo Sabres 3-2 loss. Pittsburgh Penguins. Let's see here. Matt Murray's old team 5-2 victory. 2-1 loss to the Islanders. We are 31-18-7. 4-2 loss to the Canadiens, the Montreal Canadiens. And we sit as a good team right now. Like, I like our odds of being a playoff contention favorite. See, but look how close the Pacific Division is. We could lose 2 games in a row and be in a wild card spot. That's kind of scary, even though 63 points holds the second wild card spot here in the Western Conference. I kind of am scared of dropping out of the playoffs. But let's take a look at the stats for the team. Trevor Linden, 65 points. Goodness, man. 65 points in 57 games. Wow, 37 goals. What a beast. Trevor Linden. Jack Eichel, 64 points in 67 games. And Jeff Skinner, almost a point per game player. He's up to 88. Jeff Skinner's up to 88. Awesome. He's growing slowly, but he's up to 88. Finally, he's growing. 23 goals. There you go, Jeff Skinner. You're going to have a 30-goal season. What a beast. He is bound to have a 30-goal season. Aaron Ekblad, only 3 goals, but 40 assists. He's a plus 15, 91. I smell a Norris Trophy. Victor Rask with 43 points, 19 goals on the second line. What a beast. Robbie Fabry, 41 points. Wow, 11 goals. So he's not really scoring much goals. I mean, he's probably going to beat Niederreiter's 15 goals from last season. He's almost reached his tally total for last season when it comes to points. It doesn't look like he's going to hit the goal margin unless he completely tears it up the very last stretch of the season. Brendan Gallagher, 40 points in 57 games. That second line is solid. Like, that is a solid 1-2 punch. First line and second line. Ghost Bear, 36 points. Jeremy Wall, up to an 84 Jeremy Wall, 31 points. Timothy Liljegren, only 81 still, but 21 points, +1. Jeremy Wall is a -1, so maybe that Semi-Vatten pairing. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that they were both offensive defensemen. Okay, that might have to change. We're doing good now, so I'm not going to address that now, but that might have to change. Maybe in the offseason, we bring in a defensive defenseman instead of Sammy Vatanen. I don't know. I'll address that in the offseason. Don't worry about that now. Mark Letestu, 18 points. Tanner Pearson, 16. Dwight King, 11. P.A. Parento, 11. William Karlsson, 11. Only 11 points, man. $2 million. I expect more than 11 points a year. You're -18. Ooh, that's pretty bad. Maybe this was a bad idea, guys. Maybe that was a bad sign-in. That was a bad sign-in trade. Actually, it was a trade and sign. Kyle Clifford, 10 points. Michael Matheson, 6 points. 5 goals. Wow, from a defenseman. Okay. Goal-scoring defenseman right there on the bottom pairing. Let's check out goalies and see how Matt Murray is doing. 2 points, no goals. Oh, wow. He's a bust. He's a bust. 27, 14, and 3. Malcolm Subban is 4, 5, and 1. So, ooh. Okay, so their saves percentage are pretty solid. They could be a little bit better, but you know what? They're about par, maybe subpar, depending on what you're looking at. Oh, okay, that's not good. Okay, Matt Murray does not like Timothy Liljegren. That could be a problem here in the future. Look, Malcolm Subban doesn't have a problem with him. That's odd that Timothy Liljegren does not like Matt Murray. That is very, very weird. Doesn't say he has a problem. I guess Matt Murray just like man, I hate Timothy Liljegren. I just can't stand him. He was drafted 3rd overall, and he thinks he's all this, and I just can't stand him. Maybe it's just a little gossip going on in the locker room. Man it up, guys. Man it up. You guys, this is a men's game here. Come on. Not just men. Some women play hockey too, just not in the NHL. But you guys know what I mean. This is a adult game here. There's no reason to act like a bunch of little high school kids here. Anyways, we have 69 points. We need to step it up. I want to get in that number 2 spot. That way we're not playing some kind of powerhouse team. If the wild card's in our division with 63 points, let's see how weak the Central Division is. Because that means they have the chance to be very weak. Let's see. Central Division, wow. Number 1 team is the Minnesota Wild with 71 points. They are a very weak division. We are almost guaranteed a playoff spot if we just keep it up like we're doing now. Atlantic Division, oh, they're pretty weak too. Besides the Bruins. And then the Metropolitan. I feel like the Pacific Division is the toughest division in the league. We are number 6 in the NHL. So that is good to note. Trade deadline. I really don't know what we do. Oh, crap. Injuries haven't been on. Dang it. Okay. I forgot to turn injuries on. Let me turn them on. Give me a second. Alright, guys. Injuries are turned on now. I completely forgot about that. I was just about to say we haven't been hit with the injury bug all season. And then I realized, oh crap, I never turned injuries on. I feel so dumb now. Anyways, okay, let's continue simulation. Let's slow sim this big game against Calgary here. This could be the game to determine who's number 2 in the Pacific Division right now. Let's see here. They have a very similar record to us, except we have more overtime. It looks like we played more games than them. First period here in Calgary. P.A. Parento and Tanner Pearson at 3rd line. On Ron Hextall, 2nd periods. Ooh, Derek Stepan and Ryan Smith, 3rd periods. Brendan Gallagher and Ryan Smith, and we forced overtime. And overtime, scoreless, and then the shootout, Blake Wheeler on Matt Murray. Wow. Okay, that sucks. 3-4. Wow, neither team wanted to give an inch in that game, for sure. Anyways, let's continue simulation to the deadline. I don't think we make moves, because as far as I know, we're a cup contender. There may be a few holes we can fill. Big 6-2 victory over the Buffalo Sabres. But like we don't need to acquire a stud 4th liner or anything like that. Like we don't need a stud 2nd liner. Our team sims good as is. I don't believe we need to acquire ridiculous like veteran hop on board Joe Thornton all aboard the Cup train. We don't need that. I mean, I feel like 7-2 victory against the Boston Bruins, and they're an awesome team in the Atlantic Division right now. So that's a huge win. Of course, we will take a look at the trade blocks to see if there's any players on there that we could acquire for very cheap. If so, we will consider. I don't see us going after anybody though. Luongo, no. Sedin, maybe Hendrik Sedin, hop on board the Cup trade. Does he only have 1 year left? I'm only looking for players with 1 year left. Jaromir Jagr, maybe. $7 million for 1 year. Hendrik Sedin, he could really pad the team. Jaromir Jagr, too, could really do it. He's got 2 years left. I want to stay away from that. Patrick Sharp, he's got 1 year left. He's not having a good year, though. I don't think any of them are. Yeah, I think the Stars are still in it, too. No, they're hopeful. They may not make playoffs. I want someone who can really help us out in the playoffs if we have to. Let's see here. A third line stud, maybe. Like, as I said, let's not acquire one, but maybe Mike Fisher. Third line center. Oh, he's got 2 years left. Scott Hartnell. 2 years left. No, I want to stay away from a 2-year deal. I do want to finish the season in this episode. That's why I'm looking real fast. Justin Williams. Okay. No, he's 80 overall. That's not even worth acquiring. Won't even crack the fourth line. Whoa. Washington. Hold up. They have their Hut Heroes on the trade block. Why? Why do you have your Hut Heroes on the trade block? Oh, that's so dumb. It's because they're both 29. There's no way we could acquire a Hut Hero? I mean, for a rented player? Wouldn't that be nice? Who do you have that you don't need Hut Heroes, Washington? You have Tony Amonte, Brunette, Carter, Little, Lane. How are you not in a playoff spot? Like, fire your coach. I mean, there's no way we would be able to acquire, obviously, like, Brunette for, like, a first-round pick for a guaranteed Stanley Cup, basically. See, there's no way that would go through. There's nothing we can do to make that trade go through. Like, nowhere near. It's just useless even trying that. So, yeah, we're not going to trade anything. From the looks of it, the teams this season are very, very weak. We'll take a look at the lineup just to make sure there's no, like, voids we could fill last minute. I mean, I'm liking the way... Okay, look at that. Robbie Fabry's back up to 85. Maybe he could get another boost. I mean, 12 goals. He's lighting up the lamp this season. Jeff Skinner, though. Let's talk about Jeff Skinner. He's on his way to a 30-goal season. I'm proud of Jeff Skinner. Is that his first 30-goal season? No, he had one back in 2014. He had a 33-goal season. He may actually break that. He's on pace for his highest point total of his career. He's going to pass 63 points. Without a doubt, he's going to pass 63 points. It's just a matter of, is he going to pass 33 goals? I believe he can do it. I really think Jeff Skinner has what it takes to pass 33 goals. Jack Eichel, I know he's probably already had the performance of his career. Best year of his career for sure. I'm pretty sure Victor Rask has too. He's on pace to definitely demolish 51 points. I mean, if he keeps up playing like he does now, he'll for sure pass 51 points. Robbie Fabry, he probably is. As I said, he is on pace. Yeah, 43-58. He probably can too. Brendan Gallagher, yeah, he's definitely going to pass 47 points. Without a doubt. Unless something happens, all these guys are going to pass in their point totals. I don't want to change the team. I like the team the way it is. Defense is fine as well. Nothing really needs to be changed. Ghost Bears up to an 88. Wow, yeah, we don't need to change anything. Why am I even looking? We have a backup goalie who's good. We have some scratch players here like Michael Latta, who we could fill in, Bertuzzo, even Johan Larsson. So we have players that we can fill in if we need them. So I'm not worried about trading for anybody. Let's get this season underway, and then next episode you guys get some playoff hockey. Here we go. Trade deadline day against the Anaheim Ducks. Let's so simulate this game. I actually didn't even look at Utica. Let me take a look at their team, see if there's anybody down there who got like a giant boost who should be called up before the deadline. to play with us, even though they would have to be like an 85 or something like that. I doubt there's an 85 overall guy down there. Michael Del Cole may play in the NHL next season. That's very interesting. Same with Alex DeBrincat and Matthew Barzell. Okay. I mean, we could always call up a guy like Thomas Kopecky, too, to come fill in for us if we really need somebody to. There's a lot of players out here who could play in the NHL next season. On the defense, yeah, well, okay. That's very interesting. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. We would definitely keep that in mind. Anyways, here we go, guys. Let's keep the season rolling. Trade deadline day against the Anaheim Ducks. We made no moves. A lot of teams were very surprised that we were a quiet team. They expected us to go acquire some big assets, but we did not do that. First period here in Vancouver against Anaheim. Pacific Division rival Trevor Linden gets one for us. Second periods, Brian Russ and Hintz gets one for them. Jack Eichel one for us. Third periods, Jakob Silverberg will win the game for them 3-2. So we drop 2 points to Pacific Division rival. That's not very good late here in the season. We want to try to go for the Pacific Division Championship. I mean, we're basically guaranteed a playoff spot as long as we play well. Another reason why I didn't make any trades or acquisitions at the deadline, just in case we don't make the playoffs. I don't want to look stupid acquiring blockbuster players and we miss the playoffs last year. Anyways, that was really dumb of me last year. That's why I'm trying to play it slowly. I don't want to jump on a cup-winning team automatically. So far, we're doing good with points and wins. We did lose. We did get shut out in Carolina, but we came back with an overtime win and a 2-0 win against Minnesota. Shootout loss against Detroit. 7-4 win against Winnipeg, and then a 4-2 win against the Coyotes, a Pacific Division rival. So as long as we keep winning these Pacific Division games, chances of us making the playoffs increase tenfold. So Minnesota Central Division and another Central Division game against Nashville, which we lose 3-2 in overtime. We get a lot of Central Division games here. Minnesota, we beat them 6-3. We played Minnesota 3 times this month. St. Louis, we played them twice. 5-3 victory. Philly, 5-3 victory over them as well. So our team is scoring goals, ladies and gentlemen. We are a goal-scoring team for sure. LA Kings up next, and we will beat them 3-2. Edmonton Oilers, big game right here. 5-2 loss. Wow, it seems like the big Pacific Division teams have our number. 5-0 win over the Anaheim Ducks, and 3-2 loss over the Anaheim Ducks. Okay, let's stop simulation here. We are going to slow sim the very last game against, very last 2 games, depending on how close we are in the points. Let's see here. Okay, look at this. We have Edmonton up next. We're guaranteed a playoff spot, but we could win the Pacific Division right here in these next 2 games. If we win these 2 games, we will win the Pacific Division. We got to win them in regulation. No, actually, Edmonton, we can go to overtime and win it. But the one against the Sharks, we do have to win in regulation. I'm talking about we need 4 points here, boys. Let's get the win, and let's win the division. That would be awesome. This could be for the President's Trophy as well. This could be a President's Trophy winning team. Let's make that happen. How awesome would that be? Not only did we miss the playoffs year 1 barely, but we could be a President's Trophy winning team. Actually, we missed the playoffs by a lot, but still, you guys know what I mean. First period here in Vancouver, Linden and Rask. Second periods, Ghost Bear and Hartman. Third periods, Kyle Clifford gets a pair and Connolly gets 1. 5-2 victory over the Edmonton Oilers. And we have a chance to win the division here against the Sharks. I think we're going to go into the game with the same record. I think we're tied right now. Will we go into the game with the same record? That would be an awesome final game. Who takes the President's Trophy? What a game. Actually, we may have it. We may have it won. Look at that. Okay, so if we go to regulation, if we go to the end of regulation and overtime, we'll tie them. If we win in regulation, I think we win the President's Trophy. Let's take a look just to make sure. That way I can hype this game up quite a bit. Let's see here. Entire league. No, Montreal won the President's Trophy by a long shot. But this is for the Western Conference. This is to see who wins the Western Conference title. So let's see here. It's between us. Calgary's done. Calgary knows they're not going to win it. 103 points. Winner of this game is going to win the President's Trophy. Now, if it goes to the shootout and they win it in the shootout, it's going to come down to tiebreakers. But whoever wins, if somebody wins this in regulation, they're the Western Conference leading team and gets to play the weakest team going to playoffs for the Western Conference. Let's see here. San Jose Sharks, first period. Here in Vancouver, first period. Trevor Linden with a pair on Jonas Korpisalo, second period. Scoreless. And then in the third period, Tara Vining gets one, but Tanner Pearson and Jeremy Waugh both say we want to win the Pacific Division, and we do just that. Your Vancouver Canucks, after missing the playoffs, win the Pacific Division just like that. Ladies and gentlemen, what a season this was. And we have the Anaheim Ducks in the first round, but that playoffs will be next video. You guys don't get to see anything about the playoffs until next video. What a season we had. Let's look at the stats. 92 points for Trevor Linden. That is insane. Did Jeff Skinner hit it? 31. Oh my goodness. Only 31 goals. Oh my. Jeff Skinner, you were so close. No. It's okay. I can't be mad. I mean, 78 points. That is surely not something to be mad about. Jack Eichel, almost 90 points. Are you kidding me? This kid is so good. Wow, Jack Eichel. What a beast. Victor Rask with 63 points. He kind of dipped off after I checked before. He really didn't. I mean, that's definitely his career year. Robbie Fabry, 20 goals, almost hit his career total 22. Best season he's had so far, plus 15. What a beast, Robbie Fabry. He's going to be very, very good for us here in the future for years to come. Aaron Ekblad, 61 points. Brendan Gallagher, 58. Ghost Bear, 55. Brendan Gallagher still maintaining the 86. Jeremy Waugh, 48 points, plus 10. That second line defense of pair really did level out some. They're both pluses instead of being minuses. Only person that looks like they're minus on the team looks like the third line. William Karlsson, P.A. Parenteau, and Tanner Pearson. So maybe something about that third line needs to be rearranged in the playoffs or something like that. We would take a look at it when it gets there. Oh, wow. Geez, look at Kyle Clifford with the penalty minutes. We got an enforcer over here. He's standing up for those smaller players. That's what we need, though. We need a goon. Kyle Clifford is a goon for us. Let's check out goalies. Actually, let's check out the entire league. That way you guys can get an idea of who wins what before it happens. The goal scoring title will go to Trevor Linden. We'll take it. Actually, him and Brendan Shanahan tied. So I have no idea how they do the tiebreaker for who scored the most goals. No idea. I guess it's a coin flip or it comes down to... I have no idea, guys. Like, does it come down to assist or points? Because if so, Brendan Shanahan won it by a long shot. Actually, not by a long shot, but he won it for sure. 103 points. Crazy to think of. All Hut Heroes in the top. All Hut Heroes. Ryan O'Reilly, really. Wow, Minnesota's got a stacked team. That's their first line. Wow, that's going to be scary to go up against in the playoffs. That definitely is scary. Goalies, best goalie in the league. I'm going to take my boy Matt Murray any day. Let's see. Is it him? It may be him. It is. Matt Murray will win the Vezina. That would be something, wouldn't it? Matt Murray wins the Vezina. Calder probably goes to Nolan Patrick. He probably had a great year. I don't know. Maybe Timothy Liljegren. Yeah, 60 points. That is untouchable. 60 points, yeah. Jeremy Waugh came close. I mean, he's a defenseman, so... Hey, you never know. Maybe as a defenseman, they'd give it to him. I highly doubt it, though. I feel like Nolan Patrick did more as a center. Probably won some face-offs, killed some good penalties off for his team, and won them a few games. So, defenseman who's taking home the Norris this year. Murphy steals away from Ekblad. Wow. Larry Murphy, 34 goals as a defenseman. Redan with 50 goals as a defenseman. This dude scored more goals than most of our offense. That is very scary to think of. Even Al McInnes as a 30-goal scorer is very, very scary to think of. That is terrifying. Wow, if we can acquire one of these guys in free agency, we have to make sure we do so. Yeah, but Murphy's probably taking home the Calder. Brett Burns right there, too. Poor Burns, he really wanted... Did I say Calder? I meant to say Norris. Burns, he really wanted the Norris. So did Duncan Keith, who he's won it before, I'm pretty sure. Redan, Ekblad, future Norris winner in real life. Maybe one day in the future, years down. Ryan Souther, John Carlson, Al McInnes, Dougie Hamilton, PK Subban, Shane Gosselfier, Drew Downey, Alex Petrangelo, and Roman Yoshi. Guys, we have the team to do this. We have the team to win the cup this year. I'll show you guys the lines one more time. Going into the playoffs, I'm not going to change anything. I think they're fine the way they are. Robbie Fabry was a plus acquisition. He scored more goals than Nino Niederreiter did last year. So that's a plus. And he produced more with the assist. He really helped get Victor Rask going. And that's important. You want that second line center going. He's a playmaker, sniper, feeds it to him. And then Brendan Gallagher is that guy who will get the dirty banging goals or drop back to play defense if he has to. So I really like that second line. The first line is the same thing, just is a little spread out more. Jeff Skinner, man. Jeff Skinner is going to grow very well next to Jack Eichel. He's still got 2 more years of growth. Him, Jack Eichel, and Trevor Linden. Him and Jack Eichel are going to play together the rest of their career here in Vancouver. 25 and 21. That's going to be a pairing that you would never get sick of seeing. Jeff Skinner and Jack Eichel. And then second line, 85s all around with an 86. Third line maybe William Karlsson was the wrong decision. Maybe he'll straighten it out next season or here in the playoffs. Maybe he'll be a playoff hero. Only 15 points though. I expect more. But you know what? We're a winning team. That third line looks like they got scored on a lot. So maybe we find a good third line. Maybe it's because we had a playmaker and two-way forwards. Maybe we needed like the bigger guys, like the grinders, the power forwards. I don't know, guys. Comment down below what you think. Jeremy Walsh, Sammy Vaughn. Our team looks sick, guys. I can't think of a way to make our team look any better than it already is. Not to mention, we have some depth for sure. And then in the AHL, we have some people who need to play in the NHL next season. Alex DeBrincat, Matthew Barzal, Michael Dal-Cole, Evgeny Snechnikov. So most of these players here in the NHL could be traded next season. You never know, guys. It's going to be a crazy few seasons here in the Hut Hero franchise mode. So be sure to subscribe and turn those notifications on. That way you can see whenever I upload these franchise mode videos. Be sure to press that like button down below. Comment your ideas for the team. And I'll see you guys in the playoffs. Remember, in the playoffs last year, Trocheck was tripped.